Hi, everybody. Hello, everyone in the United States. Hello, everyone around the world. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. And I just want to say hi, my name is Lisa, and I am a healer. I'm a medium, an intuitive, and a teacher of all things spirit. And you know what? Everything is spirit. So that's why I love to teach about it, because it really helps you unlock that door to understanding your greater awareness. Because we all live here in the physical world, and we have to deal with the physical world. We go to work, we walk our dog, we go to the grocery store, we have to deal with people, and we also get to tune in to what's going on around the world right now. And something I want to talk about, which is really, I've noticed, because I am very intuitive and empathic, meaning I feel energy. So I feel like I can walk into a room and I can feel if there's been an argument in the room, even if no one's arguing in the room anymore. So I pick up on this energy that's left or imprinted in the space, and I can feel it. Or, for example, when people come to see me for healing sessions, I give Reiki in person and also, remotely. But when people come over to my home, like it may be 2 hours or so before the session, I may notice some of their physical or mental or emotional issues. Like I may notice that they have a stomach ache. And my stomach will actually hurt. And this may be before I even see them or know that they have a stomach ache, and then they'll come to the door. I'm like, hi, how are you? And they say, well, my stomach hurts. I'm like, okay, now I know why my stomach was hurting. Or I may pick up on their thoughts. If they have anxiety or stress, I might feel like an anxiousness in my body, or my thoughts might start to race. And so I've noticed this. And so over time, I've learned to deal with it. And there are ways to deal with it. And it's called spiritual hygiene. And the reason I want to talk about this today is because there's a lot going on in the world right now that's bringing up a lot of fear for people. And, the world is already pretty, there's a lot going on in the physical world right now that people think, well, it's pretty crazy at times. And, it can be. We don't have to choose to tap into that energy, but sometimes that energy is so overwhelming, we can't help but feel a little anxious or nervous or upset. And we don't always know why. Like maybe we're typically not always anxious. Maybe we're typically very balanced or feel at peace. But then something kind of rocks the boat and we start feeling stressed out or triggered or angry. And sometimes it's our own stuff, but other times it can be the people around us or people around us in the city where we live. We might even tap into world events. And I have to tell you that I've been tapping into world events lately, and I have picked up on a lot of fear around the world. And as you know, or may have been hearing on the news, at least locally and even internationally, that there is something going around called the coronavirus. And it's something that people don't know a lot about, and that makes people fearful. It's something that people are worried about. They're worried about catching it, or they're worried about how it would affect them. If they're worried about possibly not being able to live their life the way they normally do because of what they hear is going on in China or Italy or in other countries that are imposing quarantines on people, telling them you can't leave your home, and because we want to make sure no one else gets this virus. So all of this has brought up a lot of fear in the world, energetic fear. And being a person who's really in tune with that kind of energy, let me tell you, I notice it. And I've noticed it, and it's built over the days. I've tapped into it. When I say tapped into it, it means I don't sit in it. Okay, so that's the good news. I don't have to sit in that fearful energy. Like I know what's going on in my world, but I don't absorb it. I don't sit in it. I don't connect with it and make it my own. All right. And that's really important that you don't do that. So if you're listening somewhere around the world and you're in a situation where you're feeling a little frightened or you're feeling anxious about everything that's happening around you, I want you to give you some steps today that you can take that will assist you in protecting your energy and cleansing your energy and separating your energy from the greater energy in the world or from the people around you who may be more of a fear-based thinker. Okay, when you're in fear, you aren't open to guidance. Okay, you're not open to your higher self or your intuition. It really kind of cuts it off. And so it's really important that you practice something called spiritual hygiene. And I wrote this really a comprehensive document about spiritual hygiene, and I give it to my students who I teach Reiki to. I give it to people who are in my spiritual healing practice. Some of my clients who need to practice it because they're exposed to a lot of negativity. So I just want to read just a little bit of this document to you, and I also want to share this with you. If you will message me on Facebook at Pure Love Energy, or on Facebook at my personal page at Lisa Short. I'm in Lenexa, Kansas. I will message you this entire document, and it's like a 10-page document, and it goes through a lot of details about what you can do to protect yourself from this fear-based energy that's going around. Okay, so spiritual hygiene is necessary, just like brushing your teeth or taking a shower, and you do it every day. I do it every day. Otherwise, I would just be a case. Like, I pick up on so much energy. I need to practice this every single day. So cleansing your energy body allows you to release and protect yourself from the energy you pick up from other people, places, and things as you go throughout your day. So this is really important, especially if you feel like your psychic gifts are opening up. If you have this empathic gift of feeling other people's energy, you're going to want to do this every single day so you can really help yourself. So science, actual like physical science, shows us that the human body is a conductor of electricity. Okay, so we have electricity flowing through us at all times. You know, our brain, our heart, all of the little mechanisms in the body operate with electricity in the body. So that affects our nervous system. Our nervous system is where we notice things, we feel things, and that's where we connect spiritually with those feelings, because our nervous system is like our radio in our energetic body that picks up on other people's feelings, emotions, thoughts, physical pains. You get that through the nervous system, okay? That's your receiver, okay? So we have this biomagnetic field that surrounds us that's like our antenna, all right? So we're like a radio receiver. We have this antenna around us, and our nervous system tells us what is going on around us. And that antenna can be like out to each side of the world and back, okay? It can be expanded out, and you may not even realize what you're picking up on. All right, so we're vibrational, meaning we're at a frequency, okay? We operate at a frequency. And so we need to understand that we need to isolate ourselves sometimes from people. We need to have some quiet time. If we don't have quiet time, we're going to get overloaded, you know, and that builds our stress, all right? So if we watch a lot of negative programming on TV, sometimes it's the news, we're going to become negative in our outlook, like how we see the world. So what you want to do is focus on positive influences. You want to focus on something that's light, that's funny, that's joyful. You want to watch something that's inspirational, or listen to radio or YouTube content that's inspirational. That means brings you up, not pushes you down, all right? So we have this aura around us, all right? And then we have our chakras. And there's more than 7 chakras. We just talk about the 7 for, you know, just to be really clear. We're not going to go into a lot of detail, but our chakras and our aura work together as a system. And that's how we balance our energy, okay? So that's just a real brief synopsis of how that works. Now, let me tell you some ways. I want you, if you are a person who needs to really protect themselves, I would suggest selecting one of these options every single day to cleanse, ground, and shield yourself energetically. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, there's 5 ways to remove energetic debris. That's like all this dust and dirt and stuff that we pick up throughout our day from other people. And sometimes it's from our own thoughts building up in our energy and just kind of weighing us down and getting clogged up in our chakras. And we want to get that out, okay? So there's something you can do. You can detox in the bath or shower. And, I go into that. I mentioned it a few times before on my program. You can do a violet flame mantra. That's a beautiful thing to do. It invokes a beautiful purple violet flame that's cleansing spiritually. I have that detailed in this document, which I will send to you. Just reach out to me and ask. You can also use sage. Sage is something that's been used by people throughout the ages to clear the energy in a space, like a building. You would just light the sage and walk around and blow it into all the corners of the home or the room. You can also sage your crystals to cleanse them, and you can sage like your aura. Just, be sure not to get it too close to your face. You don't want to breathe it in too much, but it's just going to be moved throughout the house. It's going to bless and cleanse the space. Your intentions are another thing that really assists you with deciding how your day is going to go, and that's a way of cleansing. The one other thing that I find is phenomenal for really shifting and cleansing your frequency or your body is sound, okay? So sound is vibration, all right? Sound is used for cleansing and attuning all parts of the energetic body. And so the universe, now this is science, this is not just Lisa, the universe is composed of vibrating patterns, okay? And that unifies the universe and orchestrates it. Okay, just like an orchestra, you know how you hear a harmonious orchestra sound and how it sounds like it all fits together and is beautiful? That's what happens with sound and vibrations in the universe. So when we see something that's a solid object, like me, for example, or my glasses or my shirt or whatever it is, what we're really seeing is a vibrating tone. Yeah, that's pretty wild, isn't it? A vibrating tone. Okay. That sounds crazy. It's the truth. This is science, once again, not me. If the vibration stops, like if it stops vibrating, guess what happens to that object? We don't see it anymore. That's pretty wild. That's like so far out. You're going to have to wrap your head around that one. Okay. So our bodies, like our frequency, actually has a range. All right. A healthy human body actually has a range of 62 to 68 megahertz. Pretty cool. If we fall below 58 megahertz, like if we're sick, if we're thinking negative, if we're having a lot of negative people in our lives, our megahertz, our frequency is going to drop, okay? And that's when sickness and dis-ease start to come in. And so this is why it's important to practice spiritual hygiene. All right, you've got to keep that frequency up. So you can do that through energy healing, like I do. You can do it through essential oils that carry a vibration of plants. You can do it through sound. You can do it through color healing. All of these contribute to improving our frequency and, in turn, our health and wellness. So you're going to want to check this out because I actually have a link to a free chakra attunement that you can listen to, which will help all of this. It'll help attune your vibration and all of it. Okay, that's cleansing. The next thing is grounding. You've got to ground every day. Grounding is like, you know how you have an outlet in your house and it has 1, 2, 3 poles in where you plug in something? So the bottom hole is called the grounding hole, all right? That grounds your house's electricity into the earth itself. Okay, because if we didn't do that, we'd walk around and electrocute ourselves in the house, okay? So your energy in your body, you're electrical, okay? You have all this going through you, so you need to ground yourself too, all right? And when you ground yourself, it's easy. Go out for a walk, okay? Or walk barefoot on the earth, okay? That's a really good way to ground yourself. There's a couple visualizations I have in this document you can read. You can eat grounding foods, like root vegetables, excellent for grounding. That'll ground your energy naturally. Meditation is a grounding technique as well, okay? So you want to try that to keep your energy plugged into the ground, all right? Because it's like a tree that's shallow rooted. If you're up here and you're thinking all these thoughts and you're going through your day and you're vibing high and all this, and you're not grounded deeply, like a shallow rooted tree, guess what's going to happen? It's going to fall over. It's going to get off balance, and it's just going to be off balance big time. Okay. And when you're off balance, what happens? You get sick. You get discomfort. You have conditions that are not favorable to being healthy. And so you certainly want to ground yourself. And then the last thing is to shield yourself. All right. Shielding is like literally putting a bubble around you of protection. All right. Another way you can shield yourself, I just told this to someone the other day in a session. She's really trying to push out some negativity in her life. I said, visualize lots of mirrors all around you, but instead of facing you in a circle, face them out. Okay, so these mirrors are going to push out other people's negativity. Now, you're not intending that negativity that you're pushing out through the mirrors is sent out with any kind of anger or anything like, I told you, I'm getting you back. No, you're going to send that out with love, and it's going to go right back to the person who sent it. Whatever negative energy they sent, it's going to push out and go right back to them. It's not going to be anything that's negative, all right? You're just protecting yourself. All right, I have a couple other tips. There's a protection prayer that you can say. It's very, it's very general, but it's very effective, okay? And you can substitute the word God with universe or a higher being that's familiar to you. You do not have to use the word God, but you can say this. This is so good, all right? This is by James Dillett Freeman, all right? It's not mine, but it says, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. All right. That's really good to say. If you're in a situation where you're feeling really anxious, go ahead and say that prayer. All right. You can use crystals. Black tourmaline is an excellent crystal to use for filtering out negativity. All right. And then you, of course, ask for guidance. All right. That's going to be helpful as well. I want to send you this document. Okay, this is a really nice document. I have it on my tablet here, but I can share it with you easily. Just send me a message through Facebook at Pure Love Energy by Lisa Short on my business side, or at Lisa Short in Lenexa, Kansas on my personal page. And I'll send this over to you as soon as I get your message, and it'll be really helpful for you. I just send all the love and light to all of those who are scared right now, and just breathe deep and know that you are loved. All right. Thank you so much. Let me see. I have a caller, and this is Lauren in Lincolnshire, England. Lauren, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much. So Lauren, how are you today?
A bit tired.
Tired? Well, what's going on? Why are you tired? What's happening? What do you need to know?
I'm just kind of wondering what to expect within the next couple of years. I'm a bit on edge about things and worried and overthinking about things too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it seems like it's with many things, right? Like the entire direction of your life. Is this like a big picture question here? Because that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Well, first of all, Lauren, I want to suggest that if you could reach out to me, I want to send you what I was just talking about on the air, because that's going to be helpful. Lauren, do you feel like you're intuitive, or you like pick up on people's energy? Because that's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, I can literally feel spirits. I felt family members around me. I could just literally feel and know that they were there with me.
Yeah, right. So this is like just exactly what I was talking about. I'm going to talk to you about your question too, but I want you to be sure you protect yourself. Okay, if you're not doing that, you need to protect yourself energetically, cleanse yourself energetically, and ground yourself every single day. It's so important, because that's going to help you figure out what's not your stuff. All right. It's really easy to get caught up in other people's stuff, like their energy and how they feel and their thoughts, and that it contributes to your anxiety, because this anxiety you have right now is about you projecting out into the future so much that you just can't possibly see your way clear. Like it's just too much. Is there a move coming up around you?
Pardon?
A move? Are you thinking about moving or changing locations?
Possibly.
Possibly? Okay. Because it's like this. All of your energy right now is so scattered that nothing's going to come to fruition. Like, it's going to be out there, and you keep sort of pushing it away. What you need to do, and what I drew was the star card. All right. The star in tarot, okay, is about your self-confidence. All right. So I want you to tell me what it is that you feel you do really, really well.
Being able to raise my son by myself.
Okay, beautiful. All right. So you're self-sufficient, right? You have that ability to be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you don't want to doubt yourself on that ability to be self-sufficient in all parts of your life, not just that. Now that covers a lot, because you being a good mom and you taking charge and being responsible, he keeps you grounded, right? He keeps your feet flat on the earth. Like you want to improve, you want to change your life, you want to make things better for him. And that requires feeling good about yourself. All right. So something else I want to read to you. This other card fits right in. I mean, it goes with the star card that I just drew for you. Okay. You have what it takes if you only believe in yourself. My gosh, I mean, that fits exactly with what the other card is. Thinking that you're powerless when you're not. A lack of self-confidence that keeps you from acting on or getting what you want. This is the message here. This is about you really digging deep and deciding what you're going to do and where you're going to do it. All right? You have all the tools you need. You have the power. If you believe in yourself, you can move mountains. All right? I feel like you've had this power in the past and you're doubting yourself now. There's a trust that's lacking for you right now, in that you are always divinely in the right place at the right time. There are happy changes ahead, and it's going to push you far away from the challenges you've had in the past, all right? And the 2-year mark sounds about right. Sounds about right, where you're going to be in this new space, all right? You're going to be in this new space with what you need to do. With location, I feel like there's going to be a move. I feel like it's not going to be super far away, but it's going to be an improvement in where you are. I also feel like there's going to be a real shift with you in the area of what you can do for a profession, all right? Because you need to find something that's going to be true to what your calling is. Are you still with me? Okay. Your calling. Why do I talk about people's calling while we're waiting for her to come back, Lauren to come back? People's calling is what fuels their soul purpose, all right? When you feel and believe and trust in what your heart desires. Hello, Lauren?
Hello? Yeah, sorry, it went silent. I couldn't hear anything.
I'm sorry. Okay, so we were talking about belief in yourself, and we were talking about what these the 2 cards I pulled for you, and it's not the power of the cards, it's the message, okay, is confidence in yourself. And the confidence in yourself comes from feeling and knowing what you do best, all right? So if there's a plan for you, if there's something that you're looking forward to doing that gives you joy, I want you to build on that feeling and do something in that area professionally, okay? What are you doing something right now? Are you working in something that you like right now?
No, I'm not working at the moment.
Okay. So I think that the feeling here is that you can start bringing something in that you like to do and do it for others and start building on that as your new profession, because that's where your power is. That's where your confidence is. I don't know exactly what are the things that you do well, what gives you joy. If it's taking care of your son and being self-sufficient and doing all that, you could teach others to do the same, because some people aren't that way. Do you understand? Some people are not that way. And they need a coach. They need guidance. They need assistance and support in that. And you have it under your belt. Like, you know how to do that. Like, you could talk to someone about that and totally tell them what to do, right? Like, you could give them that advice. And they may be able to pay you for that, all right? Think about that. Start imagining, start visualizing that you are bringing in people who need your help, all right? You know what I mean by visualize?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's very important, because that's the key here to getting what you need, what you want. All right, so you're just visualizing people you is what I'm saying. You're putting your message. I want to help people who need to be more self-sufficient, need help with raising their children, need help with these areas that you do so well. You're going to start pulling them into your reality. All right. So visualize your soulmate people coming in, and you may have to start helping them, and it would be just for free at the time. But once you start feeling more confident and get that success feeling, that vibe of, I do this really well, I value myself for doing this, I can charge people for this, you will start on your path, all right? And that will take you to places you never thought or imagined about. Have you thought about starting your own business?
No.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, that's where you need to head, all right? You just start trying to pull those people, pull those people in. You have so much power. And when you feel good about yourself, you're going to start projecting that energy out there. It's going to pull people back in. All right? Lauren, I have to go. I'm sorry our call was cut short. But if you will message me at Lisa Short in Lenexa, Kansas on Facebook, I will send you a free PDF document that tells you how to cleanse your energy and ground yourself, protect yourself. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a beautiful day. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. Once again, if you'd like my spiritual hygiene document of how to cleanse, ground, and protect yourself, just go ahead and message me at Lisa Short in Lenexa, Kansas, or at Pure Love Energy on Facebook, and I'll send it over to you.